Cloud. All right, all right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is Boomy Moore here with my co-host Jeff Vader Trills. And we have a special guest today with us from Driven Trading, Mr. Alex B. He can tell you what the B stands for, but we just keep it simple and, and say B. But why are we here this evening? Why are we here today? Well, most of you all who are here at one point in the last few weeks have said, I love what IX Global is doing by partnering with Driven Trading. I want to learn a skill that can change everything for me, that can free me from my job, that can give me more time freedom, give me extra income, help me to sit down at my computer and an hour a day, pull money out of the financial markets. Yes, learning the skill can do all of that. But let me tell you what I know that people need sometimes. Sometimes people need a push, right? Sometimes you need a push. Sometimes we say we want to do things and we do, but it's like, we let the start stop us. So I said, Alex, we need you. Our team needs you, Alex. We have people who are letting the start stop them. And we want you to help us with that push, those first things that we should be doing to really get onboarded so that we can learn the skills, be a driven testimony, and start to make a difference in our lives. So we appreciate you taking our time to serve us tonight. We really do. We don't take it for granted. And what I want everyone participating to do is to get some questions for Alex. So I'm going to have him to start out just by maybe giving an overview of Driven Trading in case there's someone who watches this video who is like, okay, what is Driven Trading? I want to know what's so good about Driven. So we'll start out with that. And then we're going to go into, so now that you've decided to be a trader, what are the very first things you've got to do to make this thing happen? So I'm going to let Alex do a quick overview, and then Jeff, before we get into the questions and all, and in fact, I may let you pose the first question, but Alex. All right, Alex, tell us, like Driven is like the greatest trading universe out here. So we've heard, so you know, so give us that 5-minute like overview. Who is Driven Trading and what makes them so special?
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Amazing. Well, first of all, thank you guys for inviting me on here and to be on here with each and every one of you. It's, you know, a pleasure. I love to be here to serve, to help, to do whatever I can do to help each and every one of you get the best out of what you're paying for. In the end of the day, it's what you're paying for, it's what you're investing in, it's how you're building yourself and your knowledge, utilizing the tools in which, you know, we have at our disposal here within the IX community. So, you know, in a nutshell, I'd say that the way Driven is and why it's here, I've been fortunate enough to be part of the idea phase before it was even a thing, and to actually push the gentleman that created it over the line and off the cliff to do it, because I've been blessed by him to help me and to eliminate the white noise on how not to do it and how to do it by teaching you the simplicity of it, the consistency of it, and how you can come into the market without having the analysis paralysis and going absolutely crazy trying to find all these different things and simplify it so you can actually start making money. Because it's not that difficult. It's just about repetition and recognition with education. And when I started working with Corey, that's what really, you know, changed for me. It took me years of being a professional depositor and a professional funder to the brokers, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And it had to come from within, and to find the right education and the right guidance, and just being around companies and being around, you know, different places where it wasn't about the education, it was about the idea of what it could do without teaching you what it actually can do. So the goal with what Driven is how can we eliminate the noise teach you how to come in, even if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. If you're zero, no idea about the financial markets, all you know is that money goes into it and that it's there and it drives the world. The financial markets drive the world, but you have no idea how to take part in it. This is for you from zero, step zero. Okay. The first thing is how to get you into the market with getting rid of the intimidation and understanding the basic steps to the intermediate, to the advanced, all the way through the mastery, and build into it and continue your education every single day with practical application alongside it, but with the focus of making money from the market and not giving it away. And not selling you the idea of what the markets can do for you so that you can feed an upline's check. Okay? That's the most important thing, is what we can help you achieve and provide you a skill set, because maybe this is not the right place to say it on a recorded call, but I'm going to say it anyways because I wear my heart on my sleeve. Maybe this company is not here forever. And that's a reality of business, because sometimes businesses don't last forever. And it is what it is. The only thing that someone cannot take from you is what's here. So if you come into this right now, and if you walk into this, this ecosystem, and you're just building the compensation plan, or you're just here because it's a good community, you're wasting your time. Because if this company's not here next week or next year, then what? Selling the idea of trading or selling the idea of financial education, selling the idea of it only paid you until that day. And then what? You're on to the next thing, selling juices. But once you apply and learn the knowledge and learn the power of making money, make you money, your income is dependent on you for the rest of your life, and you have zero dependency on someone else. Because so long as you have this and an internet connection, and I can guarantee you'll have both. And this, no one can take anything away from you. Because we depend on this, and it's only going to improve. The internet is only going to get faster. But no one can take away the skill set of understanding and learning something that will provide you with generating income for the rest of your life. I understood that. And when I really started to take it seriously, that's what changed it for me. And I understood that a mentor of mine told me this. He said, there's two ways which dictate your income. One is leadership, okay? And the other one is skill sets. And he said something to me and it stuck with me. He said, you get paid in direct proportion to the skill sets in which you possess. So if your skill sets are limited, your income is limited. The more you develop those skill sets, the more you practice those skill sets, the more you refine those skill sets, by default, the default factor is your financial situation will improve because you have the resources that will facilitate that growth, and you can control and take weight and hold the weight of the income. The same thing with leadership. Why do people go and achieve ranks? Because they've developed skill sets in order to control the organization in which they have, and they know what to do with the money because they can hold the weight of it. Same thing with trading. Your account will get bigger and your account will grow only when your skill sets will grow, and only when you control the income in which you have. That's what driven is. Eliminate the white noise and teach you how to make money and teach you how to develop the skill sets so you can be dependable on yourself. Because driven might not be here forever. And that's the system that's been created. And there's thousands of testimonies all across the world, from the African countries to the South American countries, to the Eastern Asian countries, to the United States, trading from $1,000 to $50,000 to $100,000. Now teaching you how to get leveraged income through prop firms. So you're not using your own money, and now you can trade on bigger amounts. So there's multiple different avenues I'll break down, but that's in essence what it is. It's not complicated. And really is designed because of all the rubbish out there and how to break it down and show you guys how to actually learn and simplify it for you to eliminate the intimidation and make sure that you guys can come in feeling that it's for everyone, because it is. At some point, everyone that's at an advanced stage started at zero. They had to start. You have to start somewhere. And the biggest thing that I can say before we dive into it and ask any questions is, and I'm going to tell you this from now, the day you start is the day you start comparing, because your road and where you are today and your chapter 1 is not someone else's chapter 20 that's been through the ups, the downs, the blown accounts and everything like that. So comparison is what's going to slow you down. So coming into this, run your own race and do not compare, because some people might get it quicker. Some people might take a little longer. I know people that have made money in their first 3 months. It took me 18 months to half be profitable. Not even. 18 months to find Corey. It took me 3 years to get profitable. Most people won't even give it 6 months. Some people won't even give it 30 days. So I want you guys to understand that your race is your race. And when it's your time, it will happen for you. But do not give up and do not count someone else's pockets and do not race in someone else's race. So maybe it's a little broad, too much, but driven in essence is to provide, to eliminate the noise, to eliminate the intimidation and get you guys understanding and making money and doing it the correct way by simplifying it and making sure that you can utilize it for the rest of your lives and develop over and over and over again. So Jeff, I know you were going to hop on right now. And then anything that you guys want me to do, share, show, I'm here. I'm all yours for the next hour.
Man, Adam, thank you so much for that introduction to the mindset of how you think as a trader. That's very powerful. You know, one thing that excites me about this whole trading thing is that, of course, we own nodes, we own micro nodes, right? And it's cool because they're on the market as well. And so to understand trading and the discipline and the actual ability to manage risk, that will apply in all aspects of our lives. So it's multiple benefits from learning the skill set. And what I realized with Driven is that you guys, we really understand the power of managing risk. Because when I got the example is, if you manage risk at 1%, right? It's not about the wins or losses, because this is how powerful this is. If your risk management is, if you're risking 1% of your account, but the profits that you can gain is 6% per trade. So if I'm risking 1%, but I have the ability to make 6% per trade, if I win the trade, I can literally lose 6 times and win 2 times and still be in profit by 6%. Right? And when I understood that, meaning I risked 6%, right? So I got 1%, I got 6 times to lose, but I can win 2 out of a total of 8 and still be in profit. So that means my account is going to grow every time because my risk management is way less than my gains. And so when I understood that, I said, okay, right? And so if you guys understand what I just said, just understand how powerful that Driven speaks powerfully about risk management, right? If I'm risking 1%, I got 6 times to break even at the 6%, right? But if I win 2 times out of that 6 loss, or a total of 8, I'm up by 6%. So imagine that on an account where we don't even have the money, meaning the money is not even ours. A $25,000 account at 2% loss, or a 1% loss, you lose 6 times from 2%. It could be a serious number. $500,000, same thing. So just the skill set is crazy. But on top of that, when we start to use OPM, other people's money, and apply that same risk management on higher money, we're making more profit, even if we lost 6 times and won 2. You see, people get you gassed up when they say, oh, 90% win ratio. But when you got 90% win ratio and 10% loss, that 10% can wipe the 90% away. Do you understand? You can win 90% of the time and lost 10% of the time, but that 10% can blow your account potentially. What they're not talking about is risk management. See, if we can manage our risk, then it doesn't matter how many wins and losses we have, we're still growing our accounts every single time we trade. And that was powerful for me as y'all broke that down. Right? We're going to lose, no doubt, but we manage our losses over our wins, then we ultimately winning, majority of the time. And that is what you guys, I understand. I want us to understand, so that when we're moving on this, we're moving with confidence that we don't care how many losses are. All we care is, did our account grow today? And if it didn't grow, we could take a break and come back tomorrow with the same risk management strategy that we were giving ourselves with this plan. So now, Alex, I really want to understand, and if you guys have any questions, put that in the chat. But I really want to understand how the power of getting started, right? So meaning a lot of us are newbies, but there's people that are not newbies. So talk to the person that's a newbie, right? And because people that are new, we want to jump in there and get to the money, right? Like, I got bills to pay, baby. I hear you on the demo, but how long I need to do the demo until I can go live, right? So potentially for the newbies, when do you know when it's time to go from demo to live? And for the people that already are because the people that already trade, they want to skip past all that and just kind of talk to the actual educators and kind of just talk to them directly and get their own plan, because they're already pretty much advanced, but they're not winning like they want to, right? So I know there's some education that needs to be there. So two questions. When do you know as a newbie when it's time to go from demo to live? And if we can start there, and I ask you the second question.
So there's multiple different avenues and perspectives of this, right? I tell people this. Let me ask you this before I tell you anything. How quickly has the last 2 years of your life gone by? Like that. Can we all agree that the last 2 years of our lives has gone by so quickly? And you look back and you say to yourself, wow, imagine I was just consistent for 75% of each of the years, where I would be with one little thing every single day. So if it's faster than ever and faster every year, if you dedicate the next 18 months, forecast this, 18 months, to the foundation of understanding the skill sets, you have your whole life after that to build off of it and use it forever. Because everyone is looking at today and tomorrow and 3 months. But when you zoom out, the same way you look at a chart, history repeats itself when you zoom out on a chart. You can find things, and it's clearer on a chart when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The same thing in your life. If you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, okay, what's 18 months to save you for the next 50, the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? It's perspective and vision. When are you ready? I don't care how many times you are on a demo account. Okay. Until you put money in the market, the butterflies will not appear in your belly. And the risk, okay, of the emotion is not there until you have money in the markets. Until you pay to play, you're not going to take it seriously. So until you pay to go through the Driven Academy and go through and understand it and go through the right courses, and I'm going to tell you everything to do, and you still won't listen to me because you're going to have to pay the price, because we're human, because I did the same thing. If I tell you to risk 0.5%, you're going to risk 3%. And until you get stung by that bee, by the market, because it doesn't care about your feelings, then you're going to learn. At some point, you're going to have to go and dive into it. But you'll know based on your comfort and your confidence, but you have to go through understanding, okay, the education. Mm-hmm. I always tell people, when you have consistent profit of the practical application of doing the activity for at least 30 to 60 days, okay, give yourself 60 days and then fund your account. But don't go crazy. Okay, now I'm going to teach you this. The same way that you build your portfolios with the nodes, you build your portfolio in your trading account. Now, I'm going to repeat that. When you build your portfolio with the nodes, you incrementally build it based on your income coming in, correct? I don't know why people do the opposite when it comes to trading. They put everything that they want to risk in a trading account and hope it flips to $100,000 next week. Now, think about this. You fund your account with $1,000, and every month you contribute $100 or $200 into that account. Okay? I'm not saying this on day one. I'm saying over a period of time. Every single month, you're investing into your account. You're building its equity at the start balance. The percentages do not change ever, 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 ever. Your risk on a percentage never changes. And until you understand that the dollar amount is secondary and the percentage is always the first thing, the dollar amount, eliminate it from your brain. It's all about percentages, because 5% of $1,000 is still the same as 5% of $100,000. Right. The risk is the exact same in perspective. So you have to focus on the percentages. Mm-hmm. Okay. And anyone asking questions, I'm going to go through them step by step.
There are a lot of people asking questions. I just want to jump in here for a few things. So we're going to get to those questions, and we want to make sure that we keep this basic to really on board, because we know a lot of you all are brand new. You have driven, you have the pro membership, and you want to know, okay, so what do I do now? Because you haven't done the first thing from getting the pro membership. But let me say this, because I don't want you to take this call for granted at all. Make sure you're taking notes. Everyone should have a pen and paper, their 7-figure notebook out, and be taking notes. You've been dropping some major bars in truth here. And in my head, because I build the network marketing side as well, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's giving me so much content for posts that would really inspire people to get the skill of trading. So I love what you said. We hope IX will be here forever, but if it's not and we got the skill, we can still make all the money we want to have and experience a lifestyle and freedom because of that skill. And when he was saying stop, this skill helped him to stop being a professional funder and depositor, meaning he learned what he had to learn to stop just giving money to the markets, where he was really taking it out. So what you're going to be learning here, a lot of people, when we hear about trading, Alex, people just talk about how accounts were wrecked and they lost so much money. And yes, that does happen. But what he's saying to us is, we want Driven to be different. And if you are a great student and you listen and do what the instructors tell you, you won't, not that you won't ever lose, because we all traders basically lose, but I think you're going to
mitigate the loss.
Yeah, mitigate the losses, right? And not go through all of the bad experiences that people have gone through. So he said, we show you how to make money in the markets and not give it away. I love that. I love that. So
yeah. There's a lot of things, but the most important thing is understanding the perspective of where you are. Mm-hmm. That is the most important thing, because everyone, like I said, they rush the process. Like anything, you want to lose weight, you rush the process, the weight's going to come back 2 times faster.
Well, and I'm glad you brought up about give yourself 18 months, because the same thing on the node side, everybody wants to know, oh, what am I going to have in 60 days? And now we're really teaching people to have that longer term perspective. And as you said, time goes so fast, 18 months is not long at all. It's going to be 2024 before we know it, you know? But so having that right mindset of giving yourself, guys, enough time to really learn and grow. And then after 18 months, man, nobody, you be able to sit down and you can own your life. That's what the skill will allow you to do, to absolutely own your life. So Chintua says, how do I set up my account? This is going from the beginning, and we have most of the people on here are true beginners. How do I set up my account? I'm currently unable to log in through the
Driven app.
Driven app. Okay.
Okay, cool. So the first thing is if you can't log in, I need you to go into support, okay, in your back office and take a screenshot of the app of whatever the error message is showing and submit that screenshot into support, because there could be an API issue that might not be talking to give you access to the application. But the first thing is make sure you have the Driven Pack add-on, or you're on a premium or on a pro pack to gain access to it. That's the first thing. If you have either of those or the add-on, and you have you don't have the ability to log into the app, take a screenshot of the error message and on the support button, send that into support, and they'll be able to find the issue and unlock it for you.
So,
your username and password are the exact same as your back office.
So premium comes with the Driven. So
$175 a month is also with Driven.
Yes, yes. Which when I hear what Driven used to cost $2,000 and $200 a month, guys, we're being just so blessed for only $175 a month, and we know that we have a way to make that free by referring three other people. So the first step before you can log into the app is to download the app. So
App Store.
go to your app store, guys, and just put in Driven Trading and download that app. A lot of people haven't even done that. So that's step one. Once you have downloaded the app, you log in with your IX Global credentials, the same credentials that you use to get into your IX back office is how you log into the app. So Alex, is the app important to have? Do you really need the app? If you can get to it on your phone, is it you're going to be using one or the other or both or what?
So the app is only there for your phone. It's not a web app or anything like that. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys about this. There is no one in the world that has become wealthy off of copying other people's trades. Okay? There is no one that has been financially free off of copying someone else's trades. What that means is if you're depending on the app to make you wealthy, you got this backwards. The app is an addition. Again, I want you guys to have the right mindset and perspective. The app is an addition to the education and the actual mentorship and guidance that you're learning on the practical application of understanding the markets to learn to execute on your own. So if you are on the road like Jamal is driving, if I send you a trade on that application right now and you have no idea when to enter it, you have no idea what time frame to enter it, you don't even know what pair it is, and if it's there, if it's live, if it's missed, if it's 10 points away, 10 points gone, 10 points under, if you have no basic knowledge, the app is useless. Useless. So the most important thing is to understand the content. Okay? So again, run your own race. If you forecast 18 months, some people can dedicate 5 hours a day to this. Some people can only dedicate 5 hours a week. You're running your own race. Find what works for you and put everything into perspective and zoom out. I'm not trying to hit the lottery today. I'm not trying to hit the home run today. I'm not trying to make $1,000 today. If I make an extra $200 a month or an extra $250,000, even $100 a month, if I make $175 a month to cover my auto ship from this, I'm happy and I'm winning because that's $175 you didn't have yesterday. But if you rush the market, you're going to be professionally depositing and put thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And then you're going to say, this doesn't work. You know what doesn't work? You don't work because you rushed the process.
Don't rush the process.
You cheated it, you rushed it. And I'll tell you something. What I found in trading is it exposes who you are. You find out who you are because it doesn't care about your emotions, doesn't care what you're going through, doesn't care about what's going on around you. All it cares about, okay, is rational decisions and just executing off of emotionless. You have to be emotionless, you have to be dead inside when you do it. If the setup is there and it's right and it hits all your parameters, take the trade. Make sure your risk is correct. Okay, but you have to allow the process to break you, and then it will build you back up.
Wow.
It'll build you 10 times over.
I love what you're saying. So in going through the process, like when people think about copying and pasting, so before I learn how to read your charts and take trades of my own, the easier way is to take the signals, take the calls that other people are giving, right? So are you saying, like, how much education do you think is needed before you start taking the signals?
You have to go through the basics and you have to get through the intermediate.
Okay, you hear that, guys. Say it again, please.
You have to go through the basics and you have to go through the intermediate. And the reason I say that is because, like I said, if you just download the application and just start trying to press buttons, you don't know what time that trade was sent. You don't even know if there's news coming out right now. You don't know that the market's going to shift. You don't know where to enter. You could be 10 points off, but if the 10 points if you're off 10 points, the trade is invalid. The trade is invalid because someone could have entered at the right entry, and in 10 points, they've moved their stop into profit or a break even, and you're entering 10 points above the entry zone. And what if it comes back down to entry zone or a little further down, you're out of the market. And the people that entered at the right entry, they're still in the market or they're risk-free. The only way that you do that is if you understand what you're doing.
So let's talk about getting this understanding, because this is where everyone.
I'll show you where to go. This is
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask.
We gotta do that. I want to just also get this tip. While you guys are putting the support ticket in with Driven about the app, the other way to get into Driven education is on your back over. Click on Go to Products, and then click on Driven Trading that way, and it'll bring you here. So if you haven't went in your back office, go to your back office, go to Products, then you'll see the Driven icon if you purchased it, either the add-on or the premium package. And you click on Driven from there, it should log you in desktop version while you're waiting for the apps to actually get updated and sync. So I hope that guys are saying they still can't get in, going through that way.
That's awesome, Jeff, because I've never gone in through the app. I've only gone in this way. So Alex, tell everybody here, they're in their back office, they can access their Driven. What is the first thing that we need to do once we get here?
So the first thing you need to do is hover over this academy and click on Trading Quick Start.
Okay.
Now, there's resources, there's guides everywhere in this back office. Okay. There's this PDF here that will open up and it will show you a getting started guide. Okay. What dates you completed the starting guide, and these are all accountability stuff. Okay. Actually, don't download this for at least by the end of the week. There's a couple things that we have to change in this. So, but it'll be exactly here. Ignore this. Just this part right here. Ignore this part, the business side. But you're going to see here all these different types of books, all these different types of resources that you have in the Quick Start Guide. Trading resource guide. There's another trading resource guide here in which you can download and utilize. Okay. In here, you'll see how to calculate lot sizes. your risk, candlestick patterns, little cheat sheets. Okay, have these ready to go. I still use them. Sometimes you find pattern recognitions and you're like, wow, wait, let me look at my cheat sheet. I can see it happening here. I see a left shoulder, I see a head, I see the break on the right shoulder. Oh, actually, I'm going to enter a sell right here, and then bang, you made money. But you have this recognition. Trading is pattern recognition. It's not numbers. Pattern recognition. It's like reading words. You don't read the letters. After you've seen it a couple of times, you know what the word says. Same thing when it comes to trading. Recognizing it, and then you're good. They'll tell you where to go.
Say that before. Trading is pattern recognition. That just puts a word picture that makes things a lot clearer.
Yeah, it's just pictures.
Mhm.
At the start, it looks like a heart rate monitor, and then eventually it starts to look like something that makes sense.
So don't worry when you get into the live classes and they're showing the chart and you're like, this looks like it means nothing to me, and they're drawn
Exactly.
on. One day it will mean something. Just keep showing up.
So applications to download, great. App training, you can click on the app training, and it's going to show you how to place the orders from the app. It shows you how to use whatever it is. Then there's basics, there's modules in here. Understanding risk management. All of these different tools in your MetaTrader on how to place a trade on a mobile or a desktop to place trades come the time you're ready to place trades. Okay.
So how important is it do we need to come in here and follow everything step by step? Start with that first quick start guide.
Yep.
And I'll go through that and then go to this next one that you shared. What is this one right here again?
The app training.
Oh, the app training. Okay.
Okay.
But we
So
shouldn't go to this before we do the first.
I mean, again, you can go to this first. I mean, download the resources, have the resources there. Now, this is just one basic tool that you guys should look at, is how to understand how to place a trade in your brokerage.
Okay.
Okay. At some point, you're going to have to start placing trades. So this is important to learn.
Okay.
And then if you go into trading courses, you're going to see the same thing. The app training is going to be here. I want you guys to start, unless it's, unless you're super crypto heavy. But if you don't understand trading, I always tell people to start with level 1 Forex. Okay. Go to level 2 core, go to level 3 foundation, level 4 masterclass series, and the Futures Academy, or even here, the mastery. The level 4 is the mastery. So level 1 is the basics. Level 2 is the core. Level 3 is the foundation, and level 4 is the mastery. Now, before you guys should start placing trades on the application, you need to go through as a minimum the basics and the core. Okay. Now,
That four and the core.
Basics and the core. Now, if you love crypto, Forex basics, the core, crypto basics, crypto intermediate. Start placing trades on the application. Okay, once you can read a chart, you can read any chart. It's all the same. It's the same language. Once you can read a chart, you can read the chart. They're just different pairs that do different things and move different ways and different volatilities, but you'll learn that as you dive deeper into this. Then the advanced, and then the future, the mastery.
You know what? I thank you so much for being here with us tonight, because I see I started wrong. So you're saying no matter kind of what market you want to trade, start with the Forex basics, even if you want crypto.
If you want crypto, go with crypto basics. But if you have no idea, like the Forex basics will break down some stuff on reading certain ways of charts. But the way Noah has taught crypto, it's not just reading charts. It's understanding the differences between derivatives, understanding the differences between spot trading. But they encompass both. Like you'll still understand how to read a market and read a chart. Like Noah does a phenomenal job with the crypto side. You are good to go. If you just want crypto, you go through the crypto side. But for me, I like going through all the education to see what fits me, because you might, again, why are you shutting a door of opportunity to learn where maybe you come into it saying, I only want to learn crypto, but you somehow find yourself in a situation based on your personality that you'll find out eventually that futures is your market. Or indices or metals are your market. Doesn't mean you stop trading crypto, but you start to understand different markets. Again, these markets are so relative in your day-to-day life because this is what dictates the economic structure of every country. And once you know how to understand the markets and read the charts, you know what's going to happen in the world before it even happens, because it tells you. It's real news, not propaganda news you see on TV. Like this will tell you, basically, the things that you see in the world right now is just money moving from pocket to pocket. How do you find it? Look at the charts. So this is the academy. This is the education that you guys should go through. Okay. Once you get through this, honestly, once you get through the core, you're good to go on live sessions. The only live session you will find difficult and you will not understand is Corey. Because that is the highest level of trading that you can trade. And it's going to look way too advanced and it's going to look way too intimidating for you. Okay. For basics coming in, I always recommend the Forex side. The reason I say that is because the volatility is way less. So the heart palpitations are not going to be there at the beginning. And you're not going to feel like, wow, this is way too crazy. Because if you're trading S&P or the Dow Jones, let me put this into perspective. Those are very high level pairs because they're very, very, very volatile, or even gold, or even silver. Or if you're trading the US dollar with the Japanese yen, or the US dollar with the euro, the average move on a euro USD, okay, could be 50 to 75 points, and it might take 2 days. Okay. In the market, in indices with the Dow Jones or S&P, it can move 50 points in a minute. So for someone starting out, that's where most people lose. They find, where can I make the most money in the markets? The most volatile pairs, and they don't understand the risk, and they get hosed the first time, and they're discouraged forever. So you build into it. So live trade rooms, you can follow anyone. Jay Adams, amazing, amazing basic educator for someone starting right now. Okay. Jamari James, phenomenal. He covers metals as well, but he also goes over Forex and also indices. He does everything, but specializes in metals, but he'll go through anything on his sessions. Okay. John Leal, another person that trades phenomenally well, very good. He's our director of Spanish market, but he does it in English too. He does Spanish market and the English market, but trades his specific strategy very, very well. If you're in Spanish, Maria Maldonado, incredible. Okay. Crypto, Anointed and Noah, you will not go wrong with either. Noah will teach you how to build your portfolio in crypto and also teach you spot trading and derivatives. Anointed will teach you a strategy that works using MT4 and also how to accumulate, but less so of the accumulation. Noah does more of the accumulation. Anointed will teach you strategies on how to use leverage trading crypto.
Now, Maria doesn't do English trading.
I think she's only doing Spanish right now. I have to double check.
And she's US 30, correct?
She does US 30, she does NASDAQ, she does it. if you understand the charts, it doesn't matter if you don't speak Spanish. You understand what she's doing. You're good to go. Yeah. And if you ask her in English, she speaks fluent English too, so she's good. So live trade rooms is here. This is where you get on live trade room. Okay. If you click on the live trade room schedule, these are all in Eastern Standard Time. Okay. You'll see the schedule right here once my internet pops up. I know there's questions and stuff. I can't see them. As soon as I stop sharing my screen, I'm going to answer all your questions. So you'll see all of these sessions right here. Okay. And you see these little boxes. I'll tell you exactly what each little icon means. Find time based on your session, on your schedules, and fit them into your time or what makes sense for you. So you'll hear the schedules. This is where the trading is. This is where the traders are. This is in Spanish. And if you want to go on their session, so let's say, I don't know, let's say Jay is live right now. It's or what day is it today? Today's Tuesday, right? Who's on Tuesday? Noah, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. He probably just finished. All you had to do is just click on his head. Boom. You're in the live session. He's not live right now, but the live trading pop up right here. There it is. And you're in the live session. Super easy, super, user-friendly. You're good to go. Here, put your email in, put your name, you're in the session. Same as Zoom, interactive chat box, you're good to go.
This is powerful. I'd never seen a schedule at a glance to see like all the days of the week, and you can see all the classes. You can just kind of like fit in. This is great.
Yeah. And then once you pick a trader that you resonate with, you can go to trading strategies and you'll find their exact strategy more in depth. And they'll teach you it step by step.
Okay, someone's asking, can you run that back on how to get on a live session?
Live trade rooms. Find who's live that you want to find and just click on the box. That's it.
And then, yep, in that box pop up right there, you put your email, your name, and then enter the session.
Yep. Now, go for it, Boomy.
So I just want to let people know that you can start going into the live sessions as soon as you start studying. Like I thought I had to be qualified to attend the live session.
You can go on right now.
But Noah was like, no, you start coming in now, and that's how you learn. So a lot of it I don't necessarily understand, but I'm picking up, I'm grasping. Some of it I understand. And it's just like, guys, dive in now. That's why we wanted to have this tonight. So you could stop letting the start stop you, and let's all go in. Go through what Alex just said. Start with the basics. Find a live session that works with your schedule, and just we got to just go and do it. Remember, procrastination is the thief of our tomorrow. We got to stop procrastinating and making excuses for time and just go in and get the knowledge. So this is
I see Reese had the question. Reese, are you able to unmute, Reese? I think Reese is a little in the advanced section of it all. Reese, yeah. Are you?
Hi.
Okay, Reese, how you doing? Okay, so we got what I think you got the first question. Go ahead and ask your question so we can get that answered.
No, I just was wondering, is it anyone that I'm going through the videos, through the modules or whatever, but I get stuck on things, and is it anybody we can talk to through Driven when we have questions? I tried to record one time, but, he'd be busy. He was trying to help me, but I was just wondering, is it someone I could be a mentor for me, or somebody I could ask questions? That's all.
Have you been able to jump in the live sessions?
I think I did one time. Yeah, because once.
I realized when you're on the live sessions, you'll be able to get your question answered because it's really intimate, right? When you jump on the live sessions, they go into things. You can ask questions right then and there because I know they'll be able to tell you which sessions you jump on where you can do a Q&A and really kind of get your question answered. So
there's a live chat box right there, and then like this, that you're in here right now, and you're sending, talking in the chat box. All the traders, they respond to the questions in the chat box or anything that you're saying in there. They see it there on their screen there. So you have live questions in a live session, get on there and ask them. Traders that you're on with,
Very
they'll answer. Yeah. And then also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get both Jeff and Boomy connected with like Jamari and Jay, and we can do one of these and have one of the traders on one night that can go through some technicals with you for an hour or whatever it is. They're always willing to do stuff like that, or even Noah. They're always willing to do stuff like that. So they're always there outside of the session. So we just have to give them notice in advance. The guys serve, they're amazing. They're willing to do anything for the community. They'll go out their way outside of their sessions to help the community. So I'll get some people connected to both you guys, and we can set some stuff up too for more in-depth for teams or whatever it might be. I'm gonna be honest with you, if you guys are trying to reach Corey for stuff, there's days I can't even reach him for a week, and I work with him every single day, and we build the driven side to make it better. So he's just swamped. The best way to get him is get on his session, because he's there every single day on his session, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and ask him questions and he'll answer them on your session. So if you want Corey, that's where you find him. I'm breezing through these here.
While he's breezing through the questions, what helped me a lot, guys, is whoever session I want to be on, I would put it in my schedule. I would make a calendar notification to notify me when their scheduled times are. And so if I can't make it this week, I will make it my business to put it in my schedule to make it the times so I can jump on and ask my questions so I can keep it moving, right? So you gotta, even if you have to work, take a bathroom break, jump on the session, ask a question while you're in the bathroom or on lunch break or whatever, and get back to work. If that's what I'm saying, is make it happen, is what I'm saying, right? If it's London session and you can't get on because you had to work, take a bathroom break and then go ask the question and jump back on. Hope that helps.
Sandra, you asked a question if there's London sessions. Yes, there is. I have to get Gary to change it on the schedule to add the London sessions in the schedule, but there is. Jay Adams and Jamari teach twice a week on London sessions. I don't remember what day it is. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, or I don't know. I don't trade London sessions, so I haven't ever paid attention to it. But there are London sessions too. So yes, there is that.
On the scheduler?
I'm gonna get them to update the schedule, so it'll be up there. Let me just have a side note. 1 second. Schedule. Okay. I heard most start with Maverick. Again, Maverick is just a strategy that Jay Adams uses that's refined. Go through the academy. Once you get through the academy and you resonate with Jay, guys, resonate with someone that you want to learn from, and find someone that suits you, who you are personality-wise, and then work with them on their sessions if it fits your schedule, and then go through the advanced stuff on their strategies.
I just want to mention something. I know people, this is why I highly advise us all go to the Forex Basic, because it really gives us the full picture of what everything we're about to do is all about. When I went to the Forex Basic, you'll learn the best times to trade, what the different time sessions are. Basically, this time to trade is the time that you're available, right? You got, I think it's 4 time sessions, right? And so you'll know what sessions are, what the times are, and you can schedule that out to see which time works for you based on what availability you have, right? So I promise you guys, I highly advise you guys go to Forex Basic, because it gives us the basics of what we're about to dive into, no matter which one we're in, crypto, futures, because they talk in that language. So Forex Basics give us the language, the lingo, to be able to understand what they're talking about when they talk about it, right? You're going to understand the language in Forex Basic, right? And so that's why I invite everybody who's new, Forex Basic, to understand the lingo, the history, and everything that makes Forex, which is the foreign exchange market. And from there, when they talk about charts and pips and all that stuff, you know what a pip is, because you went through the Forex Basic training, okay?
The Forex Basic is not only for Forex, it's for trading, it's for everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
why I always recommend going through it. Now, Sandra, you have a question. Is there a list of brokers listed? No. The company can never ever recommend a broker because it just goes against FTC compliance and blah, 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 blah. Now, if you message me outside of this recorded call and you need help, I can suggest outside of this of brokers that I think that I've used, that I've had okay, situations with. Some I like, some I don't. You make the decision on your own. In the end of the day, what you feel comfortable with. But the company can never ever recommend a broker. None of the traders will ever recommend a broker because this is the industry that we're in. There's regulated brokers that you can use. There's unregulated brokers. Again, doesn't make a difference. There's thousands of brokers. You just have to know and ask the right questions to the right people. I am working on a relationship right now with a regulated broker for MT4 and MT5. So if you give me a couple of weeks, I'll let you guys know once that's good to go. I've been testing it. Message me outside of it. I'll let you guys know.
So a question about that. What is the criteria to know if a broker is good and bad, since we can't give advice on which one? I know a lot of people brokers
Ask questions to the right people. Ask questions. There's thousands of brokers out there and half of them are garbage. Half of them are garbage. What's the difference between regulated and unregulated broker? Someone's on the hook and someone isn't.
Meaning they can run away with your money.
Yeah.
When the other one, so the unregulated, you can see one day your money is there, and then they'll decide not to pay you out, right?
But not all unregulated brokers are necessarily bad. I can tell you that. Just because FTX is regulated, but they still shut down everything.
Yeah. And guys, this is nothing to worry about, because when you come into the room, like today, I was in Noah's live session. Someone asked, and they were anointed, said, well, we can't recommend that for you, but here's one of my students. Here's his email address. Get with him and he can tell you who he uses. So once you get into this community, you will find someone who is able to share with you the
experience. In the end of the day, like, everyone has been through experiences, everyone's been through trials, errors. I've personally never had issues with brokers at all, any broker. I know a lot of brokers that have done not good things, but I've asked the right questions to the right people, and you just gotta find people that are using ones that you see, like, you find someone that's actually pulling money out the market. And ask them who they're using. Like, if you find people that are just professional depositors, like, who cares? I can say this: if you're in the futures market, TD Ameritrade, NinjaTrader, you're good to go on that one, because they're big, they're in the US, whatever it might be, they're regulated. But MT4 ones, there's a lot. There's like MT4 is cracking down. So I don't know if you guys remember a couple months ago, MT4 was off the App Store.
Yes.
Okay. They were cleaning all of the garbage brokers out of there. So they had to shut the whole application down on the App Store. So a lot of these bad brokers are getting washed out right now. So doesn't necessarily mean that there's still some people that are playing the system, but they're getting washed out, a lot of them. So again, anyone in the driven side or anyone that's been in the trading side, ask questions. Like, everyone's here to help. But remember one thing: if they tell you their personal recommendation, that doesn't mean that you go and hang their head if something goes wrong, that you made that decision for yourself.
Right.
The company has zero liability of where you put your money and who you trust. Do not give money to anyone else. That is the biggest disclaimer I can give. Do not give any money to anyone else, and do not let anyone else trade your money for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone ever messages you and asks you to invest money and I'll trade it for you, run. There's a lot of fake accounts on Instagram. There's a lot of fake accounts on Facebook. There's a lot of fake accounts everywhere. And if anyone ever guarantees you profit, run as far as you can run.
Good advice. Okay. So let's go over some of the basics again for my people who say, okay, slow down. What are the first things I should be doing? Number one, purchase Driven. The premium package is the best way to do it with IX because it gives you everything the IX has to offer, including Driven. If you're at a pro membership level now and you don't have Driven, get the add-on. Is only $60, guys. That's it. Only $60. So everybody on here as of tonight should have Driven. So that's the first thing. Then step 2 would be to go into your IX back office and go into the Driven portal through Go-To Products. So if you want to start accessing the academy, the sessions, and the PDFs, so going through your back office first, because you know you'll be able to enter that way. Then I would say download the app after that, right? And if you can get into it, great. If you can't, email support or whatever, but we know we can always get in through the back office. So once we're into the Driven portal, the next thing to do, you would say, is to actually download the PDFs. Is that correct?
Yeah, have the resources, utilize the resources. They're there. Again, for me, I like having everything. You use them. You don't have to have them. They're just good cheat sheets, accountability sheets.
Let's all do that, since it was said today. Let's download them and have them. You can start yourself like a Driven binder or whatever, because whenever I show up for live class, I have a notebook. So you want to be like, treat your business. This is a business. Trading is a business. They told us on the masterclass, right? So treat it like a business, have a place for all your Driven stuff. So then you start, let's all start with the 4X basics. Right, that's what was recommended, and we all starting together. Then now we'll have something to talk about in our Driven Trading Dream Team Trading chat, and we all can just kind of be a community within each other within this team. So let's start with the 4X basics, and then, as Alex said, we go from basics to core to
foundation and the mastery.
Right. So, and you'll have this video to review. So if you ever need to see back, to revert back to it. And then remember, you can start your live sessions now. You don't need to wait. You can come into the rooms, start getting the education, whether you're a fly on the wall, whether you ask questions, and they like you to ask questions. Today was my 3rd live session. Anointed was in there. He was like, yeah, I love these questions. I love that you all are asking questions. And because the classes are small right now, you really get personalized, service with your questions. As a small group. It's not a huge class.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you this from experience. When this company blows with the Driven side, I've been on sessions with 35,000 people on one session.
Whoa.
The trader doesn't have time to read 35,000 messages.
So take advantage of it now.
Use it to your advantage right now, because this is going to get to that point in the next year or two where there's going to be 35,000 people on every trader sessions. Use it to your advantage.
Wow. Well, and let me say this, because that's a powerful point. Where are those 30 or 35,000 going to come from? You who are in network marketing, who are business builders, need to be thinking, oh, they're going to come from my team, from your team. That is not just going to happen. It's going to happen from us marketing and being passionate about the things that Alex said at first, about giving people the skill, presenting them the best trading universe that's out here to help them to experience freedom. So you all have got to get passionate about it, and you got to start doing the marketing and getting the chatter going and doing the videos and making the posts and making the phone calls to have people to learn about Driven and IX and bring them on. So if there's 35,000 people, you can say, wow, 5,000 of these people are on my team. Like, you need to be thinking like that.
Yeah. Look, this approach that I'm showing you guys now is the same approach that you're going to teach when you build your organizations. So I built a team too. Like, I've only built trading companies. This system of getting through step by step, I'm going to, like, this is autopilot. It might go fast, but get ready for it. When someone comes in, the first thing they do is get through the academy. Once they get through the academy on the core, the basics and the core, they set up a demo account. They get on the live sessions. Once they're utilizing that, and they're continuing their education through the foundation and then the mastery. Once they have consistent profit, not just being on the trading session, consistent profits for 30, 45, 60 days, and they have comfort to fund an account, they go ahead and fund an account, they make their first withdrawal. After their first 30 days, they have a testimony after 90 to 120 days, and they can share that with whoever. You set them up correctly with their foundation in their first 4 to 6 months. I don't care if someone made $10 or if they made $1,000, they pulled money from the market, your business will grow and it will not stop growing.
Results.
Not sharing someone else's results, not sharing a demo result, sharing their own testimony. But the only way in which they do that is if you set them up correctly as a leader. That's the only way in which they are successful. Because remember, they don't come into this business for this business. They don't come into this company for the company. They come into this company because they have trust in you. They stay because of the company. So the way that you onboard them, the way that you teach them how to get started, and the way you set their foundation is what's going to dictate their success. And their success is based around how you enroll them and get them started. And then from there, when they have a success story, I don't know one person that doesn't share their own testimony and toot their horn when they're doing something well. It is going to spread like wildfire. But the critical thing is the first 4 to 6 months. And you're in control of the first 4 to 6 months of your organization or your personal enrollments and how you onboard them. That's how you duplicate this business. Now, the beautiful thing with the driven side now is you have something in the compensation plan that's an auto ship. Now, doesn't mean you have to sell a big package right off rip and then hope to do it the next month. Hope to do it the next month. You have people have results. You set the expectation correctly for 18 months. On the compensation plan side, you now have real residual income. You have now disposable income in which you can utilize and fund your account. And when you make money from the market, you now have more money to then put in the notes for a long-term investment. Do you see the career path that you just built yourself? You just built a career path within an ecosystem.
That's strong. Now, guys, if you understood what he said, type a 10 in the chat. If you did not, type a 1 in the chat. I need to make sure that we are following, we're tracking what Mr. Alex is teaching and sharing with us. And I need you to be brutally honest. This is how you win. If you understand what Mr. Alex said, type a 10 in the chat. If you didn't, type a 1 in the chat. Okay? Because this is how we're going to build IX to the moon. This is how we're going to get skillful and share our skill sets so people want to be around us and want to earn and get the skill set that we acquired. And if it took us a year, 2 years, look at a year, 2 years going to come anyway. The question is, what have you gained in them 2 years? Right? So 2 years going to come anyway. And we start now, and 2 years later, we way better off than we were 2 years before. I mean, like, come on, guys. This is what I'm saying. So we need to start now so that when 2 years come, we impacting so many more people because we are now advanced, helping people that are new go through the process of getting advanced. Does that make sense? Because that's how the dollar's going to be made. So we are in a very powerful time stamp right now to be the elite in 2-3 years later. Then we're talking about, we've been trading for 5 years. Like, geez, wait, is it 5 years already? Right? And we all say, dang, time went by fast, man. Question is, what happened in your time, in your time frame? What did you do in your time frame, or what did you not do in your time frame? Because the time frame gonna happen. Somebody said something powerful to me. He said, Jeff, he said, time is always gonna be here, but your time is gonna be up, right? He said, time is gonna always continue, but just your lifetime is what's gonna be up. So what are you doing in your lifetime? Crazy. Blew my head off because time is continual. The question is, your lifetime is not. So what are we doing with your lifetime? That's our true currency, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
Right? Once we spend our time, we transition. So we all have a currency of time. That's our true currency. What we do within that time is we design a wealthy life, an impactful life, or a life that's, you know, a life of missed opportunities, right? And so let's not be the ones that create a life of missed opportunities, but a life of where we're expounding and living abundantly with the opportunity that we created. We are created, so we're going to create the opportunity. We all create the opportunity to be here right now, right? So let's continue to create opportunities that first impact our lives first. And because we're impacted, people just want to be around you so they can catch on fire. They say, if you want to stay lit, stay around the fire.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So I hope you guys are picking up what we're putting down, because Alex, you know, it's so dope how, you know, this trading came into our existence, and it's like I might be dating myself. It's like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? It's like for those who don't know, who maybe not be my, you know, it's like arm, leg, arm, head. You know what I'm saying? And this is IS Global was putting together the most powerful Voltron known to man in the financial market, where everybody's stressed about finances. So we get to help people get better with their finances, get better with risk management. Oh Lord, get better with discipline. Oh Lord, are you kidding me right now? That's why people are broke, because they lack financial literacy, they lack discipline, and they lack money management, man. Risk management at that. So we learned all that with Driven, so that when, like, he gave us the blueprint, right? He gave the blueprint. You do X, Y, Z, you have the funds to do whatever you do. And then now with this trading income, you can buy nodes, you can go left, you can go right, you can go up, you can go down. You know, now you become the queen on the board. You feel me? And y'all know the queen on the chessboard, she can move anywhere she want to move, right? And so that's what I want you guys to understand, what we get to offer here. And Driven is it's like the queen of the board. And so we need to understand what it takes to be the queen of the board, so that we can move any which way we want to. And I'll be honest with you, all my Bitcoin billionaires that I've been studying, yeah, they bought coins and they held some coins, but how they continue to get their success, they trading crypto. They're trading. The number one node holder here is able to accumulate nodes, leveraging his trading account.
Mhm.
Success will always leave clues. It's up to us to be the Blues Clues and pick them up, right? Oh, my, got kids in the Blues Clues. You understand? So we can't be in a better position than where we are. We have the education to feed our mind with the living a legacy. We got the legacy building product, which is the wealth building product with the node that we get to mine and grow versus buy and hold. We get to mine and grow versus buy and hold. Understand that. That's major, right? So I don't care if the price don't go up, our coins will, right? Mm-hmm. And then by the coins just going up, whether the price goes up or not, we still earn more than we had yesterday, because the coins are continuing to grow. One, same thing with trading, right? They don't care if you got $1 in your account or 500 million in your account. The strategy, the risk management is the same. And so if you understand the power of risk management, no matter what kind of income, just like we understand the power of growing coins, no matter what the price is right now, those two key factors that no one really talks about is what's going to make us wealthy. Understand those two factors: risk management, no matter what level of income it is, and growing nodes, getting the coins count, that coin count, before the price goes up tremendously. We have millions of coins in our arsenal. So if it goes to a penny or $10, it's game over, right? So I just want to share that with you guys, because what we have here is tremendous, and I don't want you guys to take this thing lightly, because we have access to somebody like Alex, right? They're giving of our time, where people are paying them $5,000 or $10,000 to get them a call with them. You understand? But you want to speak to me? It's gonna be 10 stacks, baby. You know what I'm saying? He's pouring into us because of the network that we're in and the company we're in, guys. I'm always in the room paying to be in these rooms, but when you're in these rooms, how valuable are you going to receive the information? These are one of the rooms that people are paying to get into, and that we're in it, and they're pouring into us without paying any additional income to get the how to actionable steps on how to be successful with what we just purchased. So I want to thank you for spending your time to just come out here and give us from a high level educational standpoint, because you live this, right? And you're at a level. So I'm excited.
Thank you guys for having me. Look, in the end of the day, like all this stuff is so relevant in your day-to-day lives. The things you see that's going to happen right now in the world. Most people are scared. Most people are fearful. Education eliminates that. Education creates opportunity, and fear comes. And the education that you guys have access to right now will give you the best opportunity over the next 2 years. It's election year. Markets move election year. Okay, market's about to tank. Most people are scared of what's going to happen. You have the education, and you apply the education into practical application. I promise you, the wealth transfer happens in recession. Remember that. Wealth transfer happens in recession. So when this stuff happens, people that are educated, they lick their lips because everything's on discount. Everything is discounted. But you just got to know how to play the game. Life is a game. You just got to know how to win at the game. But the way you win is by putting yourself in the right room with the right information. And you have it. You have the mentorship, you have the guidance, you have the comp plan, you have the tools, the services, the nodes, everything. Remember, leadership, skill sets, you have both. Leverage both of them. And another time, actually, we don't have time this evening, but I want you to go on the Driven Trading YouTube channel. And I want you to watch the 3-day boot camp on the funded trader boot camp and learn how to use leveraged income with Impact Trader that we're launching this week. So how you can use someone else's money to make you money.
Alex, you said something that was so powerful, and I need us to really understand what he just said. He said wealth is built in recession. And guess what? And during elections. When election happens, the markets will move. And if you understand what's going on with the markets, you're going to come away as a fat rat. So
I gotta stop hitting record so I can give you a testimony. So can I hit stop record?
Wait, let's pause it. Let me just pause it.
Yeah.
I recommend you guys to watch. I don't care if you don't like him, but I recommend you guys to there's 2 things I recommend you guys to watch. The Big Short.
Oh yes.
Okay. And the second one is a documentary on Donald Trump on Netflix. Okay. And the reason I say that
especially as it's few of them, or is it one of them?
I'll show you guys. I'll text Boomy and see. But I think it's just the most recent one about like taking over New York City. In his wealth, in buying property. And there's one thing that he said that stuck with me, and this is why I say recessions are super powerful. Okay. He went to buy a property and offered the guy X amount. And the guy said, no, my property is worth X amount. And he said, no, I'm going to purchase it for this amount. Take it or leave it. He said, no chance, I'm going to keep it. Donald Trump replied and said, I'm going to buy your property for half off when the market tanks. And the guy laughed him out the door. In 2008, when the market tanks, the guy went back to him with his tail between his legs, and he had to short sale the building for a third of what it originally was. And all you see is all these wealthy people accumulate wealth in recessions, but the only way you can do it is if you build cash and build cash flow. But remember, like that stuck with me because I thought, okay, if I'm ready when there's a transfer, everything is on discount because people over leverage. People live beyond their means. People live way beyond what they have. And people need cash because things get ugly. And if you're smart and you're educated, you can take advantage of the people that are misinformed or uneducated, because the dog-eat-dog world. And in the end of the day, like, you either win at this life or you lose. There's nothing in between. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for having me. Anytime you guys need me, I'm here. We went a little over, but I'm here to whatever it is you guys need. So thank you for having me.
Well, we absolutely appreciate your time, and I want you to know, Alex, that all of the people that you see here as participants, they're on our team. Some of them I know well, some of them I don't know as well, but I love them all. I love you all. And the reason why we formed this relationship with Alex in the DR and he made himself available, and I said, our team needs this, is because I saw a need and I wanted to fill that need. I saw that there were people who were saying, I wanted to trade, I wanted to learn, but then the action wasn't being taken. And I know whether it was getting through, fear, just being stuck or whatever, Alex was like, I will help to get them going. So Alex made himself available. We thank you. We thank you for going over time. Thank you to all the team members for showing up. The way you can really thank Alex, I've seen people thanking him in the chat, is to take action on what he said tonight. So that when he says, Boomy, how's your team going? How are they doing? Have they gotten into the chats? Are they into the rooms? Are they starting the trading? Or have they downloaded this or that? I can say, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. So as you take these actions that he told you about, let's talk about it. Let's post about it. Share it in the chat. Share what you're learning. Share what you're growing. And as you get your results, share your results. Arash taught us that. And Viraj taught us that about showing the results and how that really helped to grow his team. So we're going to put to action everything that you talked about tonight.
Just use disclaimers.
Yes,
Just
use disclaimers.
Disclaimers.
And we have them. If you all need the disclaimers, we have them. I can email them to you. But I appreciate you so much. I want everyone to unmute and let's thank Alex verbally. Unmute everyone. And
Thank you.
I say thank you to Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Good
Alex.
night. Thank you.
Yes.
much.
yes.
Thank you. Thank
This
you,
has
Jeff.
been so awesome.
Thank
Guys,
you.
get your
Thank you,
screenshots
Boomy. Thank you,
down.
Thank you,
Jeff.
Boomy.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Alex.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Hey, look, and one of the best ways to get that cash is to build your business and get paid on Fridays and get that money so that you can start funding your account and buy your nose through this amazing conversation in the network. So with that, guys, we love you all, and you all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Good
Great
night.
job.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Powerful, powerful, powerful.
Thanks, EB. Bye-bye.
Bye.